Alright, welcome back to Pokemon Black. I'm Zakiori Chalcom.
And this is Peregrine Muon.
We're here to commentate again. And the little screen will go down in the little corner and continue to play. There's not that much going to happen this first couple minutes of the gameplay. So we're going to go and touch base on some of the Pokemon that we didn't really cover that were in the first part. By that I mean like the starters. We didn't really talk about them. And then give some more light to the Minazume and Tabune. Okay, so starting off, we're going to Sutarja. Sutarja, it's the grass starter of this generation. Pure grass. Stays pure grass for its entire line. Oddly enough, instead of being level 16 and level 36, as most of the other starters, it happened to be level 17 and 36 for all of the starters this generation. But whatever.
Yeah, to cover its abilities, you've got the standard Overgrow, but its Dream World ability, which I think is going to have a huge impact on its gameplay, is Perversity, which reverses stat changes. So, one potential strategy would be to Leaf Storm, which would normally decrease your special attack by 2 stages, but instead, it will boost your special attack 2 stages, which means you will double your attack the first time you attack, and you will get much more threatening very quickly.
Yes, commenting on its stats, pretty basic standard set, or stats for, got another phone call, by the way.
Pretty basic stats for a speed demon. It's got really high speed, and nothing else to brag about.
Sorry, I just kind of got distracted. My dad just got home and didn't really realize it. But yeah. Basically, speed. Up through Gerudo, it kind of reflects that. Gerudo gets higher attack and special attack than its both defenses, but it's not by much. Like most of the other starters, it's mostly male and has small female.
Hey!
Hi! Moving on to the fire starter of this generation, we have Pokaboo.
Basically, it is fire up until its next 2 evolutions, actually, are firefighting, which we're kind of teed off about, since the last 3 have been firefighting, and this one doesn't have anything new to brag about, other than Head Smash. You've got these... It gets Head Smash. It's by level up, actually. Low speed, high attack, high special attack, high HP is the only thing it has different from any other fire starter. Other than that, not much to brag about.
Like Perry said, high attack. It has a fairly high HP stance, but very low speed. It's basically a build of a Blaziken for its stats. Besides its speed's way down. Gets standard Blaze, which boosts fire attacks. Most people know that. If you don't, yeah, it says it right there. It gets Thick Fat for Dream World, which doesn't, besides giving it 2 quad resists, it doesn't really help it with anything. It already resists fire and ice. Gives 2 HP points for EVs. Pretty standard for HP, or for starters standpoint. Moving on to Mijimaru, we have Mijimaru, the one I picked. Mijimaru, the Sea Otter. And why wouldn't you pick him? He's so cute.
No.
Fine. Daikinki, it says it's a pure water type, but Daikinki, learns Mega Horn, which is fairly good. It gets a higher attack stat. No, actually, it gets a higher special attack stat, but they're fairly even for attack and special attack.
Not much else to brag about here. The standard Torrent and its Dream World ability is Shell Armor. So, it's one of those weird abilities where you can't actually tell it's doing anything, because it never tells you that you aren't getting a critical hit.
Like something would have gotten a critical hit, but shell armor came into effect or whatever.
Yes. So, as a result, most people don't use shell armor. Not much to brag about. It's got an interesting move pool. It sports Encore, Mega Horn, like John said. Past that, the only thing it's got going for it, in my book, is aesthetics.
It does look pretty cool. Daikenki, it does look pretty cool. Going to Minazume. We covered him a bit, but we didn't give him as much light. I didn't give him a dex page, which I hadn't made them yet. But, like we said before, standard rodent stats, not to say that anything to Eradicate, or Zigzagoon, or Furret, or Bibriel. What's that called? Yeah. It's just kind of a staple Game Freak has to put in there. It always has to put one.
Yep.
Abilities?
Abilities, you've got Runaway. It can automatically run away from a fight. And Keen Eye, your accuracy can't be lowered.
Runaway, when it evolves, turns to Illuminate, which doesn't help at all anyway. Runaway would actually have been a better ability. Another thing to note, since it's one of the beginning Pokemon, its catch rate is 255, which means it's max and you can't miss.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That means you still can miss catching it, but its catch rate is 100%. It's kind of confusing. Anyway, going to the next part on Route 1 that we didn't talk about before. Your Terry. Your Terry. Of the two normal types you got before, the better one to pick. Your Terry being normal type, it doesn't get any other type advantages. Both its abilities change when it evolves. Vital Spirit turns to Intimidate, and Pickup turns to Sand Throw, which could be good situationally.
Yep. Basically, when it's fully evolved, it's got good defensive capabilities when it combines with, say, Intimidate. Past that, though, it doesn't have a variety of things that it can do.
But it actually does get all the fangs.
That's
so,
true.
It does have some
It has good coverage.
Although the fangs aren't the best coverage to have. Trainer Takehiko. Never mind. Sidetracking there. I think we're on Route 2. Don't quote me on that. But even if we're not, we already saw him within. Koroneko. You can get Koroneko on Route 2. Koroneko is the first dark type you come in contact with during Pokemon Black. Basically, if you've been with Pokemon a while and you know basic stats off the top of your head like both of us do, which I am not that proud to say. Well, I mean, I'm okay with saying it, but it's not like one of my achievements that I want to say. You can see it's basically a glorified Meowth Persian.
Or Purugly.
Or
Purugly.
Purugly doesn't have as much speed, though.
Yeah, it's pretty similar, though.
But, yeah, it's pretty similar.
I don't know. Personally, I'm kind of disappointed in this one. Its ability is Unburden, or Limber and Unburden. Unburden will double your speed when you use your item, but that is almost completely unnecessary since its base speed is actually really high.
I think it's 114.
Something like that, yeah. If they had switched its attack and speed, that would actually be really great. But they didn't, so I would not anticipate a wide usage of this Pokemon.
Yeah, also, you probably have noticed I didn't put any of the Dream World abilities on it. I'm not going to put much of the Dream World abilities onto the Pokemon, per se, because, you won't see them in-game, and unless you actively go to the Dream World, which you won't for a while. Actually, you guys, up to the point that I've recorded, I haven't gone to the Dream World, or haven't had the choice to. Anyway, Going back to the video, we actually have to fight Belle, which I'm using, your Terry right now, which I named Garf, which now that I realize that it's a female, that's kind of a stupid name for it. But, yeah, as you can tell, you, Terry, and your Terry both have already had a kind of, it's already gotten an English, or a Americanized name?
Yeah, Americanized.
To you, or your Terry, but obviously in the Japanese we're just going to translate it to you, Terry. Yeah. Any comments?
Nope.
I really wish I knew what they were saying.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I mean, I can mostly tell what stuff. You'll see in basically after these sets of videos, which it'll basically you'll be able to tell when it's the end of these sets of videos because we'll have a break. It's basically past the first gym that I start getting confused all over the place because I have no idea what the people are shouting at me in Japanese. Yeah.
And who is Belle, by the way?
It's one of your rivals. It's the person that picks the Pokemon your Pokemon starter is weak to.
Alright, and who gets your...
Charon. Charon gets the weakness. Belle gets the...
strength? Yeah, gotcha.
If that made sense. I think it made sense to me.
And who's Charon?
The guy with the glasses.
The guy with glasses.
You'll see him again in this way.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you.
That tastes like ravioli.
That's wonderful.
Okay, so we finally make it to, a second town. I can't remember the name of the town for the life of me.
That's probably because it's in Japanese.
No, it actually shows it in Romanized letters.
Anglicized.
Anglicized, there we go. It might show it again. No, it doesn't. It is keeping up, though. You can tell. This guy! This jerk! He keeps yelling at me, and I have no idea what he's saying. Actually, I knew what he's saying there. I was assuming it's something like, you need to get the first badge. So, I figured out how to go to the same gym. Or, not to the same gym, to the gym. And this is me saving before I take a break. Yeah, I basically did not cut anything out. It's because this ran so much faster than my actual gameplay.
How long does it actually take you to get this far?
To get this far?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a couple days, but that's not like a couple days, but...
Right.
Couple hours to get that far.
Just due to lag?
Yeah. So what's actually like an hour in here was maybe like 4. It's still fun though. That's the first gym, which you're supposed to go over here. And that's the Dream Ruins. And in the Dream Ruins, you find Dream Pokemon. Which, if you've looked through the list, you can probably determine, but I'm not going to say here. And we have another battle. These guys have you, Terry, and Koroneko, you, Terry, and Minazume.